guys, it's Mika here. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my go-to makeup routine for 2020. Nothing much has changed. It's just I've been trying a bunch of new products and a bunch of techniques that really make it easy for me to put my face on. So without further ado, let's go. Welcome back to my channel. I like to start with this watermelon brightening serum in a stick. It's by Milk Makeup, and lately I've been using this to start off my makeup because it makes my skin feel refreshed before I even put anything on. It has like a cooling sensation. And then from the same line from Milk Makeup also, I've recently discovered this Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It has hemp-derived extracts that are supposed to make your skin smooth and plump. Is that the right term? Smooth and plump. At first I didn't really think much of it, but then after using it for a while, I feel like my makeup goes on smoother when I use this particular primer. And I didn't used to believe in primer before, to be honest. So I've tried a couple of different brands, but lately this one is my go-to. Next, I'm gonna use Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I like to switch foundation brands every once in a while, and I feel like right now I am a little bit more tan than over the holidays, so I'm using a darker shade than the other brand that I was using for a while. So I just make sure I blend everything in as smooth as I can so that it looks like it's just skin. And if I have excess foundation, I just drag it down so that my neck is blended with the rest of my face. Okay, so next I use my favorite Fenty Beauty concealer, and I literally just start to draw tribal shapes all over my face. No, usually just the under eyes, around my nostrils area, because that tends to get red sometimes. Like, our skin is thinner in that area, especially like when you have allergies, you blow your nose a lot, that area tends to become red. So I always cover that area up, and also the middle part of my face. So I just do this. Middle part of the face. And for me, it's okay not to rush with concealer, I found out, because as the formula dries, it covers up more. I feel like if I blend it right away, it's useless. I just took off everything that I put on. So like, take my time, look for a brush to blend it with, and then go in. Now that I have my foundation and concealer on, I'm gonna go in with bronzer. But lately I've been using this Milk Makeup matte bronzer stick. It's really creamy, so at first you're kind of like, you know, you don't know how much you want to use because it goes on really dark, but it's really blendable. And I like to use it because if I wanted my bronzer and my contour to be a little bit more thick, I can put a powder on top of it and it blends just fine. But if I wanted a more dewy look for every day, then this by itself is cool. Okay, so now that I have the base of my bronzer situation on my face, I like to go in with this Sunny's Air Blush. It's supposed to be a blush, but I tend to just use this as a pre-blush base. It's not that pink, so it kind of complements my skin tone. So I like the shade. It's in Biscuit. And I just put it on the cheek area like this. Okay, so after the Sunny's Face Air Blush, I then go into the Milk Makeup. This is like it's a Glow Oil Lip and Cheek tint. But basically I put it just my cheek area, but towards the cheekbone. So higher up than where I put the Sunny. Because I feel like it gives it a little bit of that flush color, but it also acts as a highlight. So when I'm done with my eyes, I feel like all of these products will soak into my skin and just kind of make my skin look smooth and dewy and healthy. So by using all these cream-based products first, I feel like I will have time when I do my eyeshadow and all my eye stuff for the foundation, concealer, bronzer, and cream blush to sink into my skin and make it feel really dewy and basically like my second skin, so it doesn't look so cakey. So I'll leave the base for now and then I will go into the eye stuff. So what I've done this time is I've taken Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz with Glossier Boy Brow, which was a gift from my cousin, and the Anastasia Clear Gel. And I will show you guys how I use these three for my eyebrows to make it still look natural, not too placado, but you know, bushy enough for it to go with the times. So I'm done drawing my eyebrow out. I'm just brushing it through so I can see if there's any missed spots. And then I go in with Boy Brow. It's like a brownish tint. It's like this gel mascara type thing for the eyebrows. And when I'm happy with the shape, I seal it with the clear brow gel because this one makes it stay put all day. It doesn't move after I put this on. Yay! That was pretty fast actually. I usually take longer with my eyebrows, but today it behaved, just for you guys. Okay, now that we're done with the eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with the eyeshadow. So my eyeshadow technique hasn't really changed at all. It's just the type of colors that I like to use, and I am by no means a makeup guru or a makeup artist. I just know how to do my makeup because I need to do it for my job. So sometimes if there's no makeup artist available, I'm gonna have to do my own makeup for TV or shows or shoots or whatever we have to do, appearances. And at least I know how to do my face in a fast and efficient way without having to scramble for a makeup artist. And the eyeshadow techniques that I've learned from YouTube and other makeup artists is pretty much the same. I'm not really that creative with eyeshadow colors and everything, but what I'm gonna do right now is my go-to. Like, I know for sure with my eye shape and everything that this technique works for me. So the usual colors that I like to use for my eyes are bronzy and browns and oranges and corals. I think it works really good with the morena skin tone, so that's what I'm gonna do for you guys today, which is basically the kind of makeup that I do on myself every day. So I kind of have a lot of choices. This palette Has every color that I would ever need. But my brother gifted me this Anastasia palette. It's called Modern Renaissance. He gave it to me for Christmas. So I make it a point to use this palette more often also. And then of course, we have Fenty Beauty. I like to use the shimmers on this palette just to give my eyes a pop because they're not too blinding, but they give that little like glow whenever I need it. And then I use this little Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions only for the white eyeshadow. It's not really white, it's like cream, but I use that for like my under the eyebrow, brow bone highlight. So, I mean, you can kind of tell it's been used. Okay, I'm done with my eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with a mascara now. I've been using Benefit Roller Lash. It's pretty cool. I like the brush of this one. It's quite thin, so you can really get in where the roots are without making a big mess. Because sometimes this situation gets so messy. So now that my eyes are done, then I go in with face powder just to make sure everything is settled and I'm not too oily anywhere. It just kind of ties the blush, the bronzer, foundation, and everything together. So when I put the powder, I notice sometimes that I go over the bronzer and the blush that I originally put on and it's faded a little bit, so that's when I go in with the powder. So for bronzer, I really like this Fenty Beauty bronzer that Rihanna came out with. It's called Island Thing. So I just go over where the contour and the bronzer area was supposed to be in the first place. And it's kind of like I'm setting the bronzer that I originally put on with the cream. Like that. And I put a little bit of powder blush. I like to use this palette from Tarte. When you open it, ta-da! Half of it's gone. Because I've dropped this palette so many times and clearly I've used up enough of them. So hit pan na siya. I think I need a new one, guys. So I just go in with the peachy and rose tone shades and just go over my cheek a little bit, just lightly. And a little bit over my nose. To tie everything together. And then when I'm done, the last step is I spray my face with this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea face spray. So it's like a setting spray, a 4-in-1 setting mist. It smells really good and I prefer this one than the other setting sprays that I've tried. I don't know, I just like how it smells, so that's a big factor. After I spray my face with a setting spray, last but not least, the final last but not least, lipstick. We cannot forget lipstick. So lately I've been using these Tom Ford lipsticks that were sent to me. I choose between Casablanca and Indian Rose, and I think for today I'm gonna go with Casablanca. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm done. This is how I do my makeup in 2020.